What's good, my fellow competitors for the crown? In today's video, I want to talk about everything you want to prioritize and get before your New Game Plus run. These are extremely important items that you don't want to skip out on that will completely change the game. With that being said, let's get straight into this. I will not be talking about any story spoilers here, so you will not see the endgame boss or any of that. Nope. I want you to experience that for yourself. However, the items and special things and enemies that you want to fight to get amazing items, yes, I will be showing you. Let's get into it. First things first, what carries over to your New Game Plus run? Your level? No, that does not carry over. It starts you from the beginning. What that means is, look, I am in a brand new game. I'm sitting at level 9. It's me, Stroll, and Gallica, the OGs. We're here right now. It's June 10th, Idols Day at nighttime and the beginning of the game. Your level is going to be reset. However, your archetypes are not, and that is the greatest news of all time. With that being said, any archetype that you mastered will be mastered when you jump into your brand new game, meaning that the difficulty is night and day. I raised the difficulty because I played my first game on normal. It was too easy. I raised it to hard this time around, and it's still too easy. So I probably should have raised it to the, Regicide or whatever it's called. I possibly should have raised it to that difficulty, but I don't think I really care that much. Anyways, your archetypes are intact. However, your followers reset. Now let's explain this a little bit. I had Gallica, Stroll, and more. Or I didn't have them. I didn't have anybody in the beginning. So you have to get through the opening tutorial, like run through the whole first dungeon, kill your first human, unlock the secret archetype. Boom. You unlock the secret archetype, you go, you meet more for the first time, blah, blah, blah. You shake his hand, you unlock his first rank. Okay. However, for that fight, I had the strongest abilities for the secret archetype already because I already mastered it. So it's probably a great idea to master every single thing that you want to master for your specific companions before you jump into a New Game Plus run. Because when they get into the New Game Plus run, as soon as you unlock them, boom, they already have everything unlocked that you did from your previous game. It's a night and day difference, and it's going to save you a hell of a lot of time from doing some extra stuff. Luckily for me, my main protagonist has every single thing unlocked already, and then majority of all my other followers have at least 50 to 60% all of archetypes unlocked to master. So I can just prioritize the other ones casually whenever I feel like it. Good to go. Now, the second thing about followers, you're going to be getting these things, ranking them up from the very beginning of the game. However, you have all of your virtues intact. So if you spent the time to actually max every single last one of these out, which I hope you did, you're good to go. As soon as you meet that follower, you already have all the requirements. Just go ahead, knock out their quest, knock out their dungeon, and boom, you're good. Remember, different followers have different requirements for you to actually have them come alongside of your team. For example, you're going to need at least 2 wisdom in order to talk to Brigitte and unlock her. But to progress that even further, you're going to have to go over to the Belaga dungeon, beat down the boss, and come back, and then that unlocks her. So those things are still priority. You have to knock out their specific quest lines in order to progress them, but that's all you have to do. You don't have to go through the trouble of raising your virtues anymore, and every time you put points into a virtue from this point forward, it's just going to turn into mag. So there you go. With that being said, you're now able to prioritize going for trophies during this run if you have these things maxed out. So make sure you're paying attention to that moving forward. There was times where I probably should have seeked out different competitors in the competition, and I should have done different types of, I think it's called debates with them, but I just wasn't really worried about it. Now in this playthrough, I can do that so I can get that trophy. Moving on. All the items that you received, they're right here, and that is insanity. With that being said, in the very last dungeon, you're going to be able to buy a bunch of things from Nuris. Buy everything from him that he has. For example, he sells Magla potions. These are plus 50 MP. You might not need those in your previous run because 50 MP is nothing to you. But when you have a Magla potion in the beginning of the game for a brand new game, it's clutch. You're able to instantly get back all the little MP. Why? Because our MP pool is low as hell anyway. So it's pretty amazing that if you stock up on a whole lot of that stuff before going into or finishing the game, you will have it for your next run. It's really going to save your life. Also, you want to farm up on as many hero leaves of light and hero jeweled roots as humanly possible. There's going to be a bunch of crystals scattered all over the damn place. Break those crystals and don't worry about it. Once you break a crystal, if you reset the zone, the crystal comes back. You can get yourself another hero jeweled root. If you want to get your hero leaves of light, all you have to do is kill a bunch of enemies till you get 1000 A experience, and then boom, you're going to be stocking up on hero leaves of light. There's going to be 2 enemies that you want to prioritize to kill because it's going to be the golden tooth and the white tooth. Those 2 are absolutely cracked. They're going to give you a special item, and this special item is not something that you want to miss out on, so be careful. Take these things out before you progress and finish the game. The Mirror of Asai and the Mirror of Azulith, these are broken items that you need in your life. I was able to destroy the endgame boss because he couldn't hit me ever. He couldn't do anything. There was no move that he did that touched any of us. It was kind of crazy. I was kind of shocked myself that these 2 items are even in the game. And of course, when you bring these 2 items into a new game plus, now there's no enemy in the game that can kill you. As long as one of your companions or yourself is wearing one of these items and your enemy hits you and you repel back whatever they did, you're good to go. When you repel in this game, you should already notice by now, but it's automatically your turn. So it's amazing. It's godsend. You need to have these in your life, meaning that you don't even have to prioritize your turns anymore or worry about anything. You're always going to be getting your turn back regardless because they can't hit you for any type of damage. You're going to be going through everything unscathed. There you go. There's also going to be a main hand for the Merchant Tycoon class that you don't want to miss out on that breaks this game in half. And that's this right here, the Fortune's God's Abacus. This thing only hits for 410 damage, but hear me out. It triples the cost of strength and money for your next attack. It triples the cost. That's almighty damage. When you have the Tycoon maxed out at rank 20, you're getting plus 30% to almighty damage as a passive. If you're tripling the cost of your damage and then tripling the strength of your damage, as well as a 30% boost to that damage, and you crit, you are going to destroy whoever is standing on the other end of your screen. That's just the way that it works. So this item is absolutely broken. It's something that you do not want to miss out on. It's not the fish enemy. It's the other one that kind of looks like a, I would say it's not a Robin Hood type thing, but it's like a hooded, it's weird. He's really weird looking. You fight that guy, you'll get this item. When you get it, stock up on it. You don't need a bunch of them. You just need one of them. And when you get one of them, you'll be able to slap for some insane damage. If your whole squad is a bunch of merchants or tycoons, then there's no way the boss that you're fighting or the enemies that you're fighting is going to be able to kill you, let alone survive. So there you go. This is probably one of the most broken items in the game if you want to play it that way. For me, I want to do my spells and everything else in the game, but I still got this nonetheless when I saw the damage that it was doing, because I got my first one and then I switched over to the Tycoon and I slapped and was like, what? I couldn't believe it myself. So enough rambling aside, this item is broke. There you go. You do want to take out all the different crystals all over the place if you're interested in getting some of the best gold leveled weapons in the game. Every single time you take out those crystals, you're going to get at least 1, 2, or 3 items from that crystal. Each one of these items are going to go to a specific archetype. You'll then be able to use these insane main hands for all of your archetypes, meaning that all of your archetypes have some of the best weapons in the game. Now that you know that archetypes are important, you don't retain your level, you don't retain your followers, you do keep your virtues. what else has changed? Because all of your followers have been reset, all of the shops are going to be reset. They're not going to have the best items until you unlock those ranks for those followers. So that is something to consider moving forward. Kind of unfortunate, but it's whatever. Now, just to let you know, I am leveling up extremely quickly. I don't know whether that's because I'm playing on a harder difficulty and the level gains are a little bit better or what, but I'm letting you know right now, with the best weapons in the game already equipped onto every single last one of your archetypes, and because all of your archetypes are maxed out, you're hitting for the best damage as well. Every single enemy that I faced was instantly dead, and I was not farming at all, but I'm already ranked 9, and I didn't even do a lot of fights. I just ignored a lot of things because we were just too powerful. There was no need to fight them. Pretty crazy. But so far, New Game Plus, it's pretty amazing. There is going to be a book inside of Moore's study in academia, and that book has a pretty insane dragon in it. Now, if you want to fight that dragon, I think you need to be an extremely high level with a decent amount of MP and HP. That thing slaps like a freaking truck, a train. I don't know what it slaps like, but it hurts, and it hurts bad. It was hitting me for 3k damage every single attack, and I don't even have that much health. So yeah, it didn't feel pretty good. What I'm thinking is, if I get my level up, I'll be able to withstand a lot of those attacks. With a higher endurance, I'll also be able to withstand a lot of those attacks. So I'm just going to take care of that later on in my playthrough, because we already have the best items in the game. So how the hell that thing was hitting me so hard, I don't even want to know. But we couldn't handle it. And that's going to be one of your main bosses that you want to take out in the game once you get to New Game Plus. It's going to be probably the hardest thing in the game. So there you go. All right, just before we get out of here, this is something that I can't really recommend to you because it was extremely annoying to get done, but you might want to do this if you're interested. The Prince has a special ability or a skill that does 9,999 damage. In order to unlock that skill, you have to unlock the royal archetypes for all of your companions. Just unlock them. You don't have to master them, just unlock them. Once they're all unlocked, you will instantly get it. That's a lot of work to do because those royal archetypes are going to need some of the craziest, like I'm talking tier 3 of certain archetypes. It's a pain just to get all of that done, but if you do so, you will have the most powerful attack in the Prince once you get to that point in the game. As you can see, I am not the Prince, and no, I will not be able to use that archetype as of right now. I'm pretty sure you do not unlock that archetype until September 26th when the Prince unlocks in your game. So it's not that important. It's something that you should probably try to do naturally since this is your second run. If you haven't already finished certain archetypes for certain people, you should do it without burning yourself out right now. But that is something that you probably want to prioritize. As soon as you get that done, you will be able to go back to Moore in Academia and he will instantly give it to you. As soon as you step into the area, he's like, hey, congratulations on doing this. Thank you for your hard work. Take this. And yeah, then you're able to slap for insane damage with your MC. Pretty crazy that that attacks in the game. I love it. It's valuable. That's not a one shot to bosses though. A lot of bosses have more health than that. They have 3 times as much health. So you're going to have to do that 3 times in a fight in order to just take them out. But you could do it nonetheless, especially if you have the specific items that we've talked about in this video to make yourself repel everything and always have your turns. But that's going to be all for today's video. If you like what I do here in the channel, make sure you smash the like button, sub to the channel so that you don't miss out on any more tips, tricks, guides, and everything else you need for Metaphor ReFantazio. This is your boy M of MSensei HD. For now though, I'm out of here.